Hello, everybody. One moment, please. I'm going to do part 2 of this morning's reading. Just have to rename the video. Welcome to the Ministry of Tarot. I'm Natasha. I'm going to be performing a Lionsgate reading for everyone. Boom. Okay. Welcome. Let me get to the site, make sure the audio is working. There it is. Boom. Okay. Let us begin. If you watched the part 1 this morning where I ran out of time before I had to go to work, this is the primary pull deck. This is the clarifying deck, the Astro Matrix. If the clarifiers need clarifying, the Tinker's Down, which is my soul deck. If the clarifiers clarifiers need clarifying. But we only had to do that once. Here we have the Connolly deck for ultimate outcome and Modern Life for final messages. Please like, share, subscribe because that helps boost the channel. I do it for you. Okay. So let us begin with Libra. Monkey, you're so cute. What experiences, tools, strategies will Libras be mindful of and using in order to harness the full power of Lionsgate to manifest in 2025? Let's see. What experiences, tools, and strategies will Libras be remembering and utilizing in order to harness the full energy of Lionsgate in order to reach their goals and manifestations for 2025? Boom. We're going to pull 5 cards, right? The first card we have is the Emperor. I'll show you these cards in a minute. The 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the Moon. And look at this. You are the first sign out of all the zodiac we've done thus far that has all upright cards, which is amazing. The first card you have is the Emperor card in the upright. This is like 6 different signs for me, but Emperor energy is father figure energy. It's if this is your energy, then it's leadership abilities and going forth in a fearless kind of manner, right? Then you have the 7 of Pentacles, which in this deck, and I was pulled to the 250 out of these decks out of 250 so decks. I'm just trusting. Monkey! No! 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 No, 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 no. No, no, no. You want baby? Are you my monkey? Come. Come. Oh, baby. Baby. In this deck, 7 of Pentacles is called discontent. Nobody likes to wait. Nobody likes delays, okay? Waiting for something to grow. Waiting for something to ripen, right? I mean, you see apples and oranges and other fruits on trees, but you have to choose, you have to pick them at the right time, right? Otherwise they go bad, or they're no good in the first place. Then you have the 8 of Wands, which is called Fleeting Force in this deck. This is an advanced deck, okay? Now, the 8 of Wands and the Rider-Waite tends to be messages and online dating coming in fast and furious. It also indicates international travel and communications, right? Interesting, right? Okay. This implies that something... So, as an example, sorry to break up the sentence in that way. So when I get messages, the way I visualize it most of the time is just like messages going back and forth, and I kind of just pluck one out as they go by, is the best way to describe it. That's what makes me think of fleeting force, right? Rather than waiting, you know, for something to ripen, maybe there's some action or a series of actions that you have to take. We're all going to clarify. I'm just giving you like the rundown of the cards. Here you have the Moon card in the upright. Secrets, fantasies, dreams, right? Secrecy. And then you have the Four of Cups. Now in this deck, it's a little different. She's holding 2 cups, levitating a third, and then there's a big ace of kind of cup coming in, okay? This is having the power to reject what you don't want and choose or cherry pick what you do, right? Some cups are better than others. Cancerian energy. Here in the Moon, you have Piscean energy, right? 8 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. And also kind of like I guess, not a Venus energy, but it's leaving. Here you have Saturn energy, Saturn in Taurus. And here you have Arian energy with the Emperor card. Okay, now that we've done a rundown of the cards, let's clarify. This 7 of Pentacles makes me feel like you're preparing, or you should prepare more fully, but you're still wanting to do it as quickly as possible. You just have to grab the right time. You have to grab the right opportunity. You have to follow the correct messages. You know, grab the ones that are coming by and then choosing the one that you're supposed to utilize, right? Here you have this person who's, it's almost like it's called fleeting force, but it's almost like you can't unsee something. Here you see like a Minotaur, Pegasus kind of mythical figure, right? Somebody might be, even a spirit guide might be trying to send you these messages, you know? Are you ignoring the messages or not seeing the messages? We'll have to clarify. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Boom. Right at the bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. Okay. So, Emperor energy. There's a lot I want to break down here. And since I've already worked for the day, we can spend a little time on this. What's this Emperor card in the upright mean for Libras? Hi, monkey, monkey, the baby monkey. Are you my kitty? Yeah. What's this Emperor card in the upright mean for Libras in regards to this question? What does this Emperor card in the upright mean for Libras in regards to this question? What does the Emperor card in the upright mean for Libras in regards to this question? Hello, everybody. So I don't randomly, if you're just joining us, I don't randomly cut the deck. I have to be drawn. The color temperature of the cards where I'm supposed to cut the deck lights up for me. So just so you know, there's a process. The Emperor card in the upright, which is interesting in that it's not on a throne. He is seated on an animal that moves forward, right? It's the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this King of Pentacles is wearing like a really colorful but camouflagey kind of outfit. I'm going to show it to you in the upright. This is the Astro Matrix Tarot. It's almost like you have like unseen, there's someone around you who may be watching you, but not in a stalker kind of way. They're curious about your progress, but they're not doing anything about it. They're not helping you, right? And this may be a father figure type. It may be a Capricorn, more specifically. Because sometimes the Emperor is Capricorn for me. They're not benevolent. Sorry, they're not, sorry for my lisp. They're not benevolently helping you. But they might be leading you behind the scenes quietly. Oh, yeah. And then you have the King of Cups in reverse. Now, 2 kings as a tarot cluster mean a business cooperative. So this is in your career or however you make a living or get an income. Even if you're doing Social Security, that's your income, right? But this is more like career-oriented. There is secrecy somehow. There is a delay in waiting for something to ripen. Now, this is now when I say it's a specific message, it means it's a storyline. This reading is for all Libras, not just one of you, okay? So the storylines may be tweaked a little, but I feel like if you're doing a work for hire project, but it's really unique and creative, there's employers or supervisors that's watching you, watching this ripen. And there's a possibility they might take credit for it or credit for its invention. And like, oh, well, it was my idea, but I made them do it. You know, and take credit. There is a possibility of that. Now, this is a Lionsgate reading. That's kind of like a sidebar. This is a Lionsgate. The purpose of this reading is to see how you can harness your power and make your manifestations come true. So I would perform the work for hire first at home on your personal computer and establish it by date. Okay? And then if you do it for work because you want it to benefit you in some way, you can prove that it preceded any request from this. You know, it could be 1 or 2 people. Who are both in reverse, by the way. But they're watching you. They have authority over you, in other words. So you're going to have to be a boss and protect your creations, right? Now, I want to know what this means. Why the delay? Or why you should delay? Because the purpose of this reading, the question is important. What experience, tools, strategies, hi monkey, will you need to remember or utilize in order to reach your manifestation goal in 2025? I always provide a deadline for my readings, okay? Because it's like a call to action now. Why wait, right? Hi, monkey, my baby. I'm sorry I'm working, baby. I love you. You're my baby. What is the 7 of Pentacles in the upright mean for Libras? in regards to this question. What is the Seven of Pentacles in the upright mean for Libras in regards to this question? What is the Seven of Pentacles in the upright mean for Libras in regards to this question? What's the Seven of Pentacles in the upright mean for Libras in regards to this question? Now, sometimes Seven of Pentacles is an investment, like an actual money investment, right? Can it mean a time investment? Sure, but I'm drawn to the Pentacles here. Wow, look at this. This is protecting your emotions, like this person is protecting their, I love you, the baby, thank you. It's protecting their golden cups, right? The legs are crossed. The body language is all about self-protection and self-comfort, right? We're clarifying this. So this is a protection of investments, protection of what you've created and built up, okay? And what you do invest in and what you do protect may result in the Nine of Cups. Now, there is an element of waiting and watching and divine timing, especially if we have the Judgment card show up anywhere here. You are choosing a path, okay? Possibly partnership in the future, but here, this person is holding the world in their hands. It's your choice. And wands are action cards, okay? You've moved past the Ace of Wands. You've invented something, right? Or you will. Or you're taking your idea and running, right? Remember we had the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck and I almost never look at the bottom of the deck. So for me to put that up, okay, that's the sword of invention. And the wand is the creative, inventive card as well, okay? Now, you're in the 2 energies now, so you want to get to the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the 7 and start working towards that. But you're holding the globe in your hand. You are controlling this if you keep it in secret. Yeah, it will cause a dark night of soul. Now, it's a scary looking card, okay? And we know what the next card is, so it's a little freaky. Monkey! I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do something about him. It's a scary looking card, however, this is just worry. And the key phrase, one of the key phrases for this card is needless worry. You care about this manifestation, this goal. And you're fearing loss, okay? And you're fearing that something isn't going to happen. But again, it's making mountains out of a molehill. Just a lot of cards, man. You want to move slower. So the 7 of Pentacles, because we are clarifying it, slow down. Take the right steps. Fully develop what it is. Now, when we talk about manifestations being fully developed, you want to know what it looks like, smells like, what it feels like to hold it or live it or everything about it. And the more specific you are, the better. You know, like say if you wish for a yacht, how long is it? How many stories is the yacht? Is it trimmed in gold? How many people are working the yacht? You know, that kind of thing. Where are you sailing to? You know, you have to envision everything about it, right? In order to utilize the Lionsgate. Okay. I really wouldn't trust any regard. I wouldn't share your idea with anyone. And if it's something that a service or a product, say, or a unique business idea, you want to protect it legally, trademark, copyright, you know, protecting the SOP, right? Okay. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands. Sometimes this means sending out resumes, but communications, lots of communications at a distance. Because I see this mythical figure and someone turning the back, there are messages and signs and guideposts that perhaps you are not seeing or refusing to see, okay? Now, eights are tied to the Strength card, and in some cases, the Justice card, right? But most of the time, it's the Strength card. It's the number 8, okay? And it's related to the other 8 cards, right? But Strength is about being healthy and recovering and taking care of yourself, okay? But it doesn't mean not accepting help from others, because you can see in the original Rider-Waite that someone is caring for the lion, right? So you may not be being helped by the people that could easily help you, but it's more personal, it's more intimate, it's a friend, it's a family member, it's a spirit guide, right? Okay. Now, how do you receive psychic messages? Because everybody's psychic to a degree, okay? Some people just choose not to see it. I've been open since I was 4, so I don't know what to say about that. It doesn't make me special, it just makes me able to access messages more easily and at will, okay? So you just have to get into that mind space of, I'm open, I accept. And a way to do that, because it's, you know, one thing to say, well, you're psychic, and try to do that. You know, prayer is the way that I opened up, okay? So you pray for balance, you pray for being able to recognize the signs and symbols and messages from beyond, because the spirit guides are in the realm of God. They're on the same plane, okay? They're closer to Him, okay? Even though the spirit guides are doing their own thing and they're doing whatever God does, you know, their job is to give you messages. And if you're ignoring the messages, this would be the first thought that comes to your mind when someone says something. That's a message. Or you see repeating patterns of the same message, you know, or you ignore your intuition, right? What is the Eight of Wands in the upright mean for Libras in regards to this question? Welcome, everybody. What does the Eight of Wands in the upright mean for Libras in regards to this question about harnessing Lionsgate energy? What does this Eight of Wands in the upright mean for Libras in regards to this question? Interesting. So I was thinking of the tarot cluster of 8s. So you have 2 8s, which as a tarot cluster means surprise developments. So surprise development may trigger you to go after your manifestations much more clearly. Don't let go of the messages. Don't ignore the messages. Right? You need to examine your emotional responses, right? Both positive and negative, because those will lead you to where you need to go, right? Okay. The moon, let's find out what's secret information, because I feel like that's secret information possibly from a Pisces, or it's from your 12th house of intuition, right? What is a secret associated with the moon card for Libras? What is the secret, the nature and essence of the secret associated with this moon card in the upright for Libras? Now 3 8s as a tarot cluster mean news of a marriage or engagement, possibly yours, okay? But, you know, it's big lifetime or milestone events in either your or other people's lives that trigger you. Like, okay, life's too short, I gotta act now. The secret is that you need to learn more about a subject in order to progress in it, because this is the Apprentice card, right? So that's the secret. Or this could be like, the secret that's going to help you is to fake it until you make it. Fake it that you're a master, right? And then become a master. And look at this. Emperor twice. Okay? You need to sit in a boss energy even while you're apprenticing. Faking it until you make it. Now, faking it is only a short-term state. Okay? That means you fake it while you're learning all you can to become a master as quickly as possible. That's what that means. What I said in the earlier reading of this morning for the part 1 is that Les Brown, the public speaker, he and teacher, says something really interesting. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. Okay? So there's a delay while you learn all you can. Okay? So delays usually serve you in some way. The 4 of Cups, here in this deck, it's acceptance. But it's acceptance because you know you have to grab opportunities when they happen, right? Because you're emotionally attached to the outcome. Now, the 4 of Cups is can be boredom and stagnation, but here in this deck, you can see she's taking action. She's grabbing hold of the cups, or either that or not letting go, right? So you might have your cup already. You just have to develop it. Right now, you may have just 3 small cups, and the big idea or the final outcome is coming in, possibly from a Cancer sign. Or through 4th house means, right? Okay. Now let's get ultimate outcome. Welcome everybody. I'm so happy that you're here. If you liked the video and enjoyed the reading, please subscribe to the channel. That would be amazing. What is the outcome in 2025 for Libras if they follow the recommendations of the reading? What is the ultimate outcome in 2025 for Libras if they follow the recommendations of the reading? What is the ultimate outcome for Libras? If they follow the recommendations of the reading? Everybody's getting this card. So you got this card again. Now, this is the 9 of Swords. However, in this deck, the Connolly deck, this is overcoming an obstacle and getting into the top of a mountain. So the delay in being open to messages from your spirit guide in regards to your manifestation and connecting with that energy, possibly through prayer, so that you can be more open and see the signs more readily. Now, a good prayer for this would be to pray to be able to recognize signs and guideposts more easily than apparently that you are. Okay? But overcoming a big obstacle to bring you to the end of something and the beginning of a new one. Completion and then back to the Ace of Swords, right? The ultimate outcome is you're going to get over a big obstacle towards your manifestation. So this seems like it's not a new manifestation or new goal, okay? And don't ignore your intuition with the High Priestess in reverse, okay? Don't second guess the reading, or don't second guess the messages that you're getting. Don't second guess your intuition, okay? Okay, let's get final messages from the Modern Life Oracle. This has been very intuitive today and very apt, so I spend a lot of time and I pull a lot of cards for the Lionsgate reading because it's that important. It's almost like, you know how, on your birthday, it's like the one day a year, nobody questions why you're celebrating yourself, right? Lionsgate is kind of like the same way, or the same spirit of acceptance and demand, right? The one time of the year that the energies are strongest, okay? What's the final message for Libras in regards to this question? What is the final messages for Libra in regards to this question? What's the final messages for Libras in regards to this question? I see the card. Selfie fail. So there's no real need to, there'll be an impulse that you want to follow to document everything. You need to do all of this in secret and not share it. Okay? You don't need to document it with pictures, or cell phones are not secure at all. Okay? Especially if you have like a work app on your phone for like phone calls or something, it's all being monitored. Now, if you have a job where, or you work for a company where you have an app on your phone to make phone calls to hide your phone number, that app, if you go into the contract or permissions, they can actually see everything you're doing all the time, what you're surfing on, when you're off of work, your messages, it's all there. Okay, and they have access, they can see that. Okay, so just because it's on your personal cell phone and you only use it for work and maybe you put it on, it has access to everything, and the employer can see everything even when you're offline, meaning not actively working. Okay, so just to let you know that. Foodie photographer. And it's in reverse. So don't block nurturing yourself, and don't be distracted by social media. You need to work on this, okay? Because there's already a delay involved, so you need to take this time of delay to get to master something in order to get to your goal, according to the cards, okay? All right. Now we're going to move on to Scorpio. Boom. Scorpio. What experiences and tools and strategies will Scorpios need to utilize and remember in order to harness the energies of line gates to reach their manifestations in 2025? What are the experiences, tools, and strategies Scorpios need to utilize and remember in order to harness the strongest energies of Lionsgate, in order to manifest in 2025? Pulling 5 cards. It's the card we don't speak of, the number 15 in reverse. The Empress in the upright. The King of Pentacles in the upright. The Hanged Man in the upright. The Six of Cups in the upright. Cool. I'm not thrilled about your first card. So you got it in reverse, but I'm going to show it to you in the upright. Here you have people chained, and there's little bubbles of memories or experiences where people had to face each other, and the memories of a past relationship that you're still energetically tied to. Okay? This could involve a Capricorn, a fellow Scorpio, or a Leo. Okay, but it is this card is a significator for Capricorn, and it's Saturnic energy. Okay. But take a look again. The card does have a female-like gender attached to it, which is a little unusual. Okay, we never say this word, by the way, because some of them name themselves this word, and we don't want to say their name because you can summon them, right? But in reverse, this is toxicity, this is greed, this is sex without love, this is negative obsession, you know? But greed is the most intense meaning of that card. Okay? Empress, I mean, it could be that you're supposed to be greedy, right? So we'll have to clarify. Empress card in the upright. Remember, the Empress card is like all queens wrapped up into one. And this kind of makes me, it kind of makes me think of two pop culture elements, okay? One obvious, one not so obvious. But here you can see two images that makes me think of that famous magazine cover that Demi Moore took of herself naked while she was pregnant. Okay. Here and here again. And she's in this Japanese tea garden. It looks like it's on a rooftop to me. So that makes me think of Kill Bill, the big showdown, right? I don't know why, but I have to mention that. The King of Pentacles is in the upright. You could be dealing with the Capricorn. Now, the King of Pentacles in this deck is titled Father Time. And the subtitle is Capitalist, Authority, Destroyer, right? Here, there's almost a blurred globe in his hand. And there's like a Salvador Dali melting clock motif. And you see pentacles all around him. And he's riding a turtle, which is very strange. Okay? It's a very esoteric deck. a Capricorn may be moving slowly but steadily. And maybe you need to model yourself after a earth sign, specifically Capricorn, because you have 2 Capricorn cards here. It's kind of interesting that the globe is blurred, like on purpose, which is weird. This gives me the message that maybe you should start slowly and then slowly build. The Hanged Man energy, which is Sagittarius and Pisces to me. Here there's almost like a, there's a pirate, you know, kind of theme to this card in this deck, which is bizarre. Okay. And it almost looks like Captain Jack Sparrow. Right here. And you can see this blue planet and the crossbones. I don't know. It's kind of strange. And then he's holding the Hanged Man over the water. And there's enlightenment coming to this person. It's very strange. So it's more Piscean energy in this deck. But definitely 12th house. So sometimes when the Hanged Man appears, it's asking you to delay something by 9 to 12 days. But this is a very spiritual card as well. And then the 6 of Cups is titled Sensuality. And here you can see the one we don't speak of again, right here. And right here. Right? Again, this is one night stand energy. This is in reverse. This is sex without love, right? Like booty call, right? And there's like someone making love here. But I mean, it's a D, meaning one we don't speak of, right? This feels more romantic to me, Scorpio. So you may be dealing with a Pisces, Capricorn combination person from the past because the 6 of Cups is here. Maybe you fantasize about them or they fantasize about you. Maybe you fantasize about starting, you know, making babies with this person. Okay. Now, it's kind of weird because, I don't know, this has like a Japanese or Chinese opera. I mean, it's obviously Japanese, but, you know, like a Japanese opera kind of, there's something very showy about it. So what is this reading telling you what experiences, tools, and strategies? Maybe act with ruthless greed and going after what you want, no matter what, right? By whatever means. But don't forget there's a spiritual element to what you want to do, okay? Thank you for the like, you guys. And you have to remember, because this is Scorpionic energy and Leo energy, right? Sun energy associated with this card. That there's something very hedonistic. I don't know. Because this is like an orgy, right? Sensuality. Father Time. I don't know what trying to manifest. I mean, it's very sexual. You know, maybe you want a certain person. Maybe you fantasize about keeping them captive somehow. Not in a negative way necessarily, but, you know, it helps to keep somebody if you get pregnant, I guess. It helps to keep someone when you do what they want in bed. I mean, there's captive energies. Here these people are chained. Here this person is pregnant. And an empress is born into her position. You know, if she's not a commoner. You know, it's an empress or an emperor is always, especially in the Japanese culture, it's from because of the divine, not because they were, you know, because they're the son or the daughter of somebody. You know, it's not like that. Hangman, see how he's holding him over the water, captive? And then these people are captive by sensuality, you know? I mean, sensuality is empty without love, you know? And then here, this person is captive. Hi, Alicia, welcome. This person is captive or restricted by how fast the animal he's riding is going. You know? I can't tell if this is self-imposed. So since this is a Lionsgate reading, you need to follow your passion, like your true passion, no matter what it is, good, bad, right, or wrong. Because that will lead you to your manifestation. The Empress, even though restricted, also has a lot of freedoms that people don't have. So ultimately, this will get to freedom. I'm going to be kind of emotional. Can you help me? I can, Alicia. I mean, you can get a personal reading. For the Lionsgate reading, I don't do personal readings at the end. Okay? So if you come in tomorrow, maybe I'll have time to do the personal reading later on. But you're also, you know, either me or someone else, you can always get a personal reading and I can devote a half an hour or an hour to all your questions. Okay? But during the Lionsgate reading, I can't do that. Okay? I'm sorry. So, sixes are related to the Lover's card. The Hanged Man, if it are related to the Knights. Okay? The Empress is related to the 3 cards. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups. The Kings are related to the Temperance card. So just say for an example, following your passions, no matter what it is. I don't know if you want to start I'm not telling you, but if you want to start like a sex toy business, you know, the energies are there to tap into. You just have to be totally open. Okay? Just an example. Following your passions, which seem sensual in nature. But this could also entail food, but I don't see any food cards here yet. So let's clarify, because I've beat that to death. Okay, great. Just email me at the Ministry of Tarot at gmail.com. And don't tell me your sun sign and don't tell me your birthday. I don't need to know that. Because I can tell a lot about you by that. So give me a list of questions that you need answer. Okay. $75 for a half an hour and $95 for an hour via PayPal. But write me first. Because if I do personal readings online, which sometimes I do, but not with heavy-duty readings like this, it's a yes or no thing. You get more in-depth answers if you get a personal reading, okay? All right. But I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I'm so sorry about that. I do want to help you. Okay. So let's clarify, what does this card mean for you? Okay? Scorpios are effing sexy as hell. Okay? Just naturally so. And they are psychically connected to Virgos. Without even trying. Okay? What What's the card we don't speak of in reverse mean in regards to this question for Scorpios in 2025? What is the card we don't speak of in reverse mean in regards to this question for Scorpios in 2025? So I've been reading for 35 years. It's a little unusual for the shuffle to get stuck like that. Look at that. So we are clarifying the card we don't speak of, the number 15 card, which we don't say the name out loud with. And here's an enforced rest. So one of the experiences, tools, strategies is to basically sleep on it, to recover or heal from something, possibly a heartbreak, because the Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords. Okay? And I don't know if it has to do with Virgo. Okay? You want to heal something with a Virgo, and it may involve sexual healing. I'm just saying. Now, let's see what the Six of Cups means. Now, Six of Cups is usually a nostalgic card, a childhood card, a soulmate card, right? Again, the sixes are related to the Lovers card. Let's see what this means for you and how to harness the energies of Lionsgate to get what you want. What's the Six of Cups in the upright mean for Scorpios in regards to this question in 2025? What does the Six of Cups in the upright mean for Scorpios in regards to this question? So when I say I've been reading for 35 years, this doesn't happen. Okay, I know how to shuffle, so I don't know why the cards are stuck. But that means something. I just I'm not sure what that is. What's the Six of Cups in the upright mean for Scorpios in regards to this question in 2025? Fuck. Sorry, it's just, it bothers me. I don't like stuck cards. What's the Six of Cups mean in the upright for Scorpios in regards to this question in 2025? Five of Swords. You win over two others. And they're people you know from the past. There's some kind of battle or conflict that you win. And it brings you back into balance, especially money. So you'll notice in your life that you tend to be more inventive, make more money, be more inspired when, say, you're in love. Sometimes, and there's a lot of sexual cards here. So sometimes if you've been stagnated in sexual release, that once you start having sex again, it frees up a lot of stuck energy in you. Okay? Am I telling you to have sex? No. I'm just telling you what the cards are telling me. Okay? You have, the cards are implying they have a lot of stuck energy. And a good way or an easy way to get unstuck is to experience that little death, orgasm. Okay? Will doing it yourself without a partner help? Not really. You need that circuit to be between two people to be activated. Okay? Just be careful about who you're sharing your energy and, your body with. But whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, there's a spiritual component to it. Okay? And other people, like pirates, may want to take it away from you. Okay? Or steal the energy away from you. Some people, people who have one-night stands, they steal energy from you. I mean, a lot of people think that they're releasing something, okay? You're creating movement of energy inside you, but actually when you sleep with someone, you're not sharing, through emotion, you're stealing energy from, it's very vampiric. You gonna be a good boy? Are you gonna be a good boy? Hey, baby, are you my monkey? Yeah. Are you my monkey? Yeah. Are you my monkey? Yeah. My baby. Sorry guys, I had to let my cat out of the doghouse. Are you gonna be a good boy now? Huh? Are you gonna be a good boy? Monkey. It's very vampiric when people sleep with you and then don't come back. Okay? So make sure the energy you share with others is actually shared and an even exchange, because you're trying to get balanced, right? And get unstuck. Thank you for being here, you guys. Okay. All right, let's get the ultimate outcome and a final message for Scorpio. What's the ultimate outcome for Scorpios if they follow the recommendations of the reading in 2025? What is the ultimate outcome for Scorpios if they follow the recommendations of the reading in 2025? God, it took like an hour and a half for two for two signs. Well, it's an important reading. That's why I wanted to spend a lot of time on it. Here you have the Four of Wands in the upright. Stability. It does involve the active equivalent or equal exchange with another person. Possibly even marriage. A commitment of some kind. And then you have the Eight of Swords. But in this deck, it's very light and airy. Okay. He's kind of trapped indoors and he wants to get to his swords. But he, even if he could get to his swords, he's kind of confined by the environment, right? But this is self-imposed. He can go outside, just dress warmly, right? But the ultimate, you have to look at the numerology of the cards too, 8s and 9s, right? You have a lot of high level cards here. So there's a lot of energy supporting what you want to do, because you have very high numbers. And there's stability. There's security with 4th house associated with that. I love it. Let's get some final messages. You have the oddest reading of all the signs thus far. I mean, I like it, but it's different. What is the final messages for Scorpios in regards to this question in 2025? What is the final messages for Scorpio in regards to this question in 2025? Ooh. Boom. This is, okay, so the name of the title on this card is Influencer Wannabe, right? This gives me a taking action. So instead of thinking about it, just doing it, right? Even before you reach success, just act like you're success. Use successful role models in order to become an influencer. And, a lot of late nights. So you're going to get unstuck, according to the cards, not to me. According to the cards, a clearing of old energy, possibly through intercourse, okay? That's the message I'm getting. What are you going to do? And I very rarely get those messages. So, but, coffee addict, doing whatever you can to just keep going. You know what I mean? Okay, that's interesting. Now we're going to move on to Sagittarius. I really appreciate you guys being here with me. And like I said this morning in part 1, when I had to break off because I had to go to work, I did start the readings at 5:30 this morning, thinking I'd be done by 8. But I mean, it just really went long. And rightfully so, it's an important question. Okay. Sagittarius. What experiences, tools, and strategies should Sagittarius utilize and remember in order to harness all the powers of Lionsgate to reach their manifestation goal in 2025? What experiences, strategies, tools should Sagittarius remember and utilize in order to harness the strength and energies of Lionsgate? Monkey! No. It's a baby. Come. Are you my baby? Are you my baby? It's a baby. No. 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 I hate it when he has the zoom in. It's just really distracting. Sorry. I'm going to put you in the room again. Do you want that? No. Okay. What experiences, tools, and strategies should Sagittarius remember and utilize in order to reach the manifestation goals? One thing you should guys, anyone should know about me is not to test me. Oh, you're going to keep doing what you're doing? Okay, well, I'm done. Anyway, sorry. I'm training my cat not to zoom while I do this. Okay. What experiences, tools, and strategies should Sagittarius utilize and remember in order to harness Lionsgate energies? I'm going to force a cut. Because usually I stop shuffling if I'm either told by my spirit guide or get tingling in my fingers. And I'm not getting those. Pulling 5 cards. The first card you have is the Ten of Swords, which I will show you in a minute. Then you have the Five of Wands in reverse. And then you have the World card in the upright, which is dynamite. The Judgment card, which is also good. And the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands in this deck. Okay. The Ten of Swords is a really kind of strange card in this deck. They're attending a funeral, and the man is on his stomach in the coffin, and he has all the swords in his back, and then someone like a kind of Santorian type character is holding the 10th sword, and it has blood on it, which is very weird. So the name on this card is Ruin. Okay, and this is Libran energy. Libra Sun energy. Okay. I don't like this card. Anyway, betrayal, being stabbed in the back. Someone, see how he's like holding up his hand and he's like whispering to people. Your experience, strategies, tools that you must remember is that not everybody is going to be supporting you or be happy about any success that you may have in manifesting your dream in 2025. Figure out who that is and, you know, tell them to F off, okay? The Five of Wands in reverse means the competition is over or you're cutting off the competition. You are not going to play a battle of wits, or the cards are telling you not to do that. You know, if someone's going to play games and not be happy for you, you just cut them out. Even if they're family, they're just going to drag you down. But here in this deck, this is about approach. In the upright, these people have, even though from different religious traditions, which normally would be at odds with each other, this is more institutionalized, corporate, with this priestly robe. And here you have a Native American animus approach, right? But the goal is the same. It's enlightenment. It's being one with God and nature. And here you see a line in between, right? You had it in reverse. You know the best approach for you, and you're not interested in competing with someone or arguing with anybody about what your approach should be. And people are going to talk about it. Who cares? It may cause endings, but also completions, which lead to the world. Okay? All new everything. Now, I know we have some new subscribers, so a lot of readers don't, and it's not good, bad, right, or wrong. I'm just telling you, a lot of readers will say, hey, it's a change in a cycle, but what does that mean? So I'm going to tell you what it means, okay? When you receive the wheel in a reading, that is a change in chapter. You're on the same journey, okay? It's not a huge change, it's just a shift. So the World card is all new everything, pretty much, or more than two arenas of your life. For instance, you get a new job, which requires you to move to a new city, and then you get a whole new set of friends. So it affects more than one arena of your life, and that's how you know you've changed a cycle. Now, when do you change a cycle? According to my spirit guide, Jenny, it's when you've paid a karmic debt or taught a karmic lesson and you evolve, okay? Like the world evolves constantly, right? You have the world card appear, okay? So manifesting, you want to, instead of, in other words, getting a wheel card in the reading is like starting a new chapter in a book that you're reading. A world card is a whole different book, okay? So you'll be reaching your goals by, there's a thing about cutting out people, naysayers, people who don't support you, even if they're family, okay? So am I telling you to? I'm just telling you what works for me, okay? My whole life changed when I cut out family members. And this was like way down the line when I was like 40, okay? So I tried and tried and tried, can't make anything of it. My whole life changed, and I instantly became more successful when I got them away from me, okay? It might be the same thing. You know, only you know your life, okay? So this reading is for the group of Sagittarians, okay? Every Sagittarian, not just one. All of you are going to experience or need to experience or be cognizant of, in order to harness the energies of Lionsgate, that things have, situations end. They end because of betrayal. They end because you have to start all over again, or you have to just end your association with a group, okay? Whoever they may be. No competition. You either have no competition, or you will reach your goals by not engaging in needless competition and power games and games of will, right? Which brings you to the world. I think you're the only sign thus far that actually got the world card in the Lionsgate reading. And this is really significant. This is evolution. And you have an added kind of bonus energy supporting your Lionsgate harnessing, okay? Because you're changing cycles. You've evolved, okay? Okay, beat that to death. I'm sorry. And then you have the Judgment card, which is all about divine timing and having a second chance because you've made a big change, right? And see how there's this old way of creating diamonds from the earth over millions of years, and then you have this lab diamond, right? So a lab diamond is just as valuable when you really look at it. It's just as valuable as a diamond you mine out of the earth, okay? This takes a week to mimic the same processes that created over millions of years, except you can do it in a week. So it's not a fake diamond. It's the exact same process, exact same composition, right? So you're going to do things the easy way or the hard way. You have a second chance to do something in an easier way. A Scorpio may be involved. Okay? And there may be... The Knight of Wands indicates that there might be a contract involved as well. And it may come in fast. Or you may be doing this. You may be offering a contract. But see how there's almost like a Four of Wands feel here with the columns. There's stability. There's something holding up the roof. You're covered, right? Okay. accepting contracts and commitments and being willing to do so, willing to take advantage of divine timing, like the 8-8 portal, and, you know, doing something in an easier way with the same outcome, right? If you feel you have an approach that's the best, sticking to it and not really listening to anybody, and then cutting out anybody who's like holding you back. And being willing to change your life. When you pay off a karmic debt, and there's no way around it, it's always going to be really distinguishable. Okay? It's going to be highly noticeable because something big changes in an arena of your life, and you have like 5 arenas. Okay? Meaning you have a family arena, you have a health arena, a career finance arena, a love romance arena, right? And a health arena, right? So something big changes, and it, like a domino effect, it affects the others, right? So it will be noticeable. And you have to take advantage of an opportunity for big changes in order to make your dreams come true. Almost like an opportunity to reinvent yourself because no one knows you any better. It looks like you're going into a new group, for sure, because the old group doesn't serve you. Okay, according to the cards. Okay, all right. Sagittarius, let's clarify. I want to see what this invitation is. Are you extending the invitation, or are you accepting an invitation? So, because a contract is like an offer, right? And if you sign it, it's acceptance. What is this Prince of Wands in the upright mean for Sagittarius in regards to their question? This question. What is the Prince of Wands card mean in the upright for Sagittarians in regards to this question in 2025? What is the Prince of Wands in the upright mean for Sagittarians in regards to this Lionsgate question and their goals in 2025? See how easily these... Again, I've been reading for over 35 years. I know how to shuffle the cards. It kept getting stuck during Scorpio, right? And they had a theme of stagnancy during their reading. So, look at this. Being willing to take a risk in a commitment or a contract, right? A marriage of some sort. So it's a commitment. But you have to look before you leap, okay? That's the warning of the Fool card in reverse. Aquarius or Aries might be involved. And there might be a small expense of money or a small loss of money in regards to this, okay? But it's temporary because you're going into the 4 of Pentacles and 5, 6. So this is on the road, but this is the Architect's card. In the reverse, it's almost like you have to go back to basics, okay? And then the Queen of Cups in reverse. There might be something dramatic about this contract, possibly because it surprises people, is what I'm getting. But again, the Fool doesn't care, right? Okay, let's see what this... I want to clarify the World card, because what are we talking about, right? What does this World card mean in regards to Sagittarius' question? What's this World card in the upright mean in regards to Sagittarius' question regarding Lionsgate and the energies there? Yeah. A brand new beginning. An organic one. So it's not like you're starting something before you end a cycle. It's amazing. This is Karmic Destiny card, okay? Whatever is meant to happen in regards to your manifestation is meant to happen. And then you have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Again, there's an idea, there's a solitary aspect to this, that you need to be solitary and rely on yourself for this. Even though looks like you're signing a contract of some kind, it's not necessarily with a person. It could be possibly with a service, but you know your life, okay? But when you have two queens as a tarot card, that means there's gossip around what you're doing. So people can easily see what you're doing. There's somebody around you who's not your friend. Yeah, they're deceptive. And you need to escape them. So part of your world cycle ending is to teach people a karmic lesson, and a group that you're close to already, could be family, just want to let you know that, or remind you of that, that you can stand on your own, that you are self-reliant, and that, you know, they can spin around in their group dynamic, but you're good, okay? So a couple of years ago, me and someone connected, and we became, friends, really good friends. But prior to that, I didn't even have one friend for 10 years. Because people were just so disappointing in my personal life, And I was just give. And then when I pull my energy back, people freaking noticed. It kind of feels the same way, where people expect you to be there, and when you do this cycle change and you're just like toodles, people are like, whoa, what the hell's going on? Anyway. So it seems like you're manifesting on your own, and you're going to be manifesting yourself right out of this group, because this group will keep you stuck and will lead to ruin. See the name on that card, right? Hello, everybody. Welcome. Okay. So be willing to take reasonable, logical shortcuts, okay? If the same outcome is there, don't engage in competition, especially with the group. Avoid deception by relying on the same old people who have been unreliable in the past. Let people talk about what you're doing. There is maybe an invitation or a contract that you may accept or must be open to accepting, is the recommendation. Okay, let's get ultimate outcomes. What's the ultimate outcome for Sagittarius in 2025 if they follow the recommendations of this reading? What's the ultimate outcome for Sagittarius in 2025 if they follow the recommendations of the reading? What's the ultimate outcome for Sagittarius if they follow the recommendations of this reading? The reason for the veil, for anybody who's new here, is because I had mouth surgery recently, so I apologize. I just don't want to show it. Ultimate outcomes, if you follow the recommendations of the reading, not me, of the reading, is to accept delays as needed and to invest, even monetarily, in your dreams. Because there will be a harvest and it will bring balance. Look at that. I love that. Now, this is the Four of Pentacles in the upright. And even though this 7 and then 4 investing in money will help you to save or maintain your money. And then you have the Five of Wands in reverse again. Not engaging in other people's games. Okay? And moving on to your Six of Wands, which is victory, right? Because you have the Sword of Victory here. Okay, let's get final messages for Sagittarius. And then we'll move on to Capricorn. What's the final messages for Sagittarius in regards to this question in 2025? What is the final messages? I had an odd, like, gas smell, like natural gas smell. So, you know, I do get olfactory, I'm clairsentient, so, you know, I do get smells sometimes, okay? Meme Lord. Here it is in the upright. You got it in reverse. Don't do what everybody else is doing. Now, a lot of the times, and the government does this too, and the media does this too, and groups of people do this too, they'll have their own lexicon. And language is used to guide people's thinking, okay? You need to think for yourself. If people, for instance, I mean, it took me, I didn't start getting into TikTok until 2 years ago. Before that, I didn't even have an account and didn't care, you know, because I tend to rebel against the norm or the popular, you know, but I missed out on a lot too. But don't be a slave to, you know, whatever is popular at the time. Do your thing, whatever that is, and nurture it lovingly, like a child or a living thing, right? That's the final message. Okay, I love that. So we are going to now read for Capricorns and their Lionsgate message. How do you harness the power of the celestial transit so that you can manifest your dreams in 2025? Again, I like to put deadlines on things. Otherwise, it just remains open-ended, and nobody wants to do that. Because then it can happen anytime. That's why I don't agree with timeless readings. Okay? Timeless readings are bullshit. I've been doing this for 35 years. None of the readers in my group of readers believe in that. We laugh at that and collective readings. You know, nothing beats a personal reading. So if these group readings work, because, but not collective readings, these sign group readings work because you chose to be this sign with a certain type of benefit and set of challenges in his lifetime. For instance, Taurus is 2nd house, Virgo 6th house, Pisces 12th house. You chose your sign to come down as. That's why the group readings work, because you all chose to be your sign and experience, you know, deal with 2nd house issues or 12th house issues. That's how that works, okay? As explained by my spirit guide. Okay, who I trust, who's never been wrong, as far as I know. Okay. She hasn't really shown up in today's readings, which is interesting. Okay, Capricorn. What strategies, tools, and experiences will Capricorns utilize and remember in order to harness the Lionsgate energies to reach their manifestations in 2025? What is the experiences, tools, strategies which Capricorns should remember or utilize in order to harness Lionsgate energies to reach their manifestations in 2025? There we go. Okay. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to show you the cards, but I'm going to read them first. The Ace of Swords in the upright, which is dynamite. The Page of Wands in the upright. Yes, please. The Fool card in reverse. The Queen of Swords in the upright. And the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. How fun. I have to look something up real quick. Hold on. Oh, okay. So I had to look up one of the names of the cards. Okay. So here's the Ace of Swords, which shows the Staff of Hermes. And it's almost like it's in a fall windstorm. So October, November may be important. And the subtitle of this card, sorry, hold on. Hair. Subtitle of this card is The Power of Air. You can see there's like a windstorm and kind of like a dragon too, right? Look at that power. Now, the Ace of Swords is the sword of destiny. It's a sword of truth. It's the sword of victory. It's a sword of invention. And it exemplifies the new beginnings of a belief system or a new invention, an idea that you come up with, okay? So one of the experiences, strategies, tools you'll be utilizing in order to strengthen the power of the Lionsgate for your manifestations in 2025 is being willing and having the courage to go with your ideas and your inventions, okay? Then you have the Page of Wands, which the title of this card is Mary Magdalene. And it says prostitute, seductive muse, and seeker. So this is about being inspired to do good, to change your life, right? You can see she's at the tomb and she's standing guard, and the angel comes to her and blesses her, right? But Mary Magdalene was a disciple, okay, of Jesus. Okay, and so part of your strategy to manifest Lionsgate is being willing to either open you up to spirituality, whatever it may be, or finding a role model to live your life after, or model your life after. Now you have the Fool card in reverse. I'm going to show it to you in the upright because it's a weird card. A lot of Sagittarian influences here. Okay. And your Uranian energy, Aquarius, Aries. Okay. But you have a lot of Sagittarius in this deck. We can see he's on a planet and there's like a galactic storm. And he's stepping off the planet. I don't quite get it, but, you know, I'm going to read it like a Rider-Waite card, okay? Now, in reverse, there's a danger of making a false step. There's a danger of rejecting faith, okay? Now, the Sword of Destiny, as you know, there's a lot of spiritual cards here. So, spirituality and the embracing of spirituality or a belief system is important to your manifestation according to the cards, Capricorn. Okay? The Sword of Destiny is the sword of Longinus, which was used by the Roman soldier to pierce the sides of Jesus. And he was destined to walk the earth, always holding a sword and engaging in soldier-like activities, like endlessly, to the end of, you know, the second coming, right? That was his destiny. Now, the thing about Tarot is, Tarot's more about fates. Destiny you cannot change. Fates you can. That's why we get Tarot readings, to see where the energies are, so you can, you know, embrace the opportunities and avoid the pitfalls, as I always say. Spirituality, you have, out of 5 cards, you have 4 spiritual cards. Okay? And 1 Virgo card. The next card you have is the Queen of Swords, which is all about logic and rationality and toeing the line. In this deck, though, it says Hecat, which is a Libran energy, and it's a dark warrior kind of princess, which is kind of strange. She's holding a sword. All right, and it says Witch Crone Scapegoat. Now, since you're Capricorn, I believe this is someone else, but this person is in the upright, so they're okay to hang out with, okay? They're logical. They may be an attorney or an accountant or someone along that lines who works with logical systems and numbers, okay? But it's an air sign female, most likely. And then you have this Nine of Pentacles card. It's kind of weird that, or different, that in this deck, the Nine of Pentacles, which is a Virgo card, is associated with Christmas, right? In this deck. I don't know why. Now, the title of this card is In Opportunity. And you can see like this peeking out, fearful energy, right? Which is usually the Nine of Pentacles in reverse in the Rider-Waite. I don't know why they put it in the upright. So in the Rider-Waite, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is a fear of being alone, a fear of loss, driving someone. Here, there's like a cautious optimism or belief that you have everything you need to make something happen for your manifestation in 2025. Okay? Hello, welcome everybody. I appreciate you being here. So Virgo may be important, air sign may be important, certainly spirituality, whatever it may be, or faith is important in your manifestation. And it's a karmic destiny kind of thing. Okay? There's a danger of taking a misstep. So you got to make sure that any new beginning that you make towards your goal, this kind of, just the mere presence of the Fool appearing. Now, a manifestation is usually a dream, is usually something that's not spontaneous. You've had this manifestation or wanting to a goal for a while, and now you're just going to try and go for it because the Lionsgate, right? Theoretically. But this Fool card indicates that a need to go back to basis, because the nature of the question that I upload as a cards is like, what experiences, what strategies, what tools do you need to utilize in order to harness the strength of the Lionsgate energy to reach your goal in 2025? This is indicating to go back to basis, to make things less complicated. You know how to reach your goal. You just have to take those steps and do it, right? For you, unlike Scorpio, there's no shortcut to, according to the cards. There's a certain way or destined way of doing it, and you're just going to have to do it. You're going to be inspired. You may have heavenly help to do it, okay? But Christmas, the month of December, may be important. Now, there are December Capricorns, of course, so this is Capricorn season. But if you start now, you may not get real progress or the goal until just December 2025. Okay, let's clarify. Hi, Amira again. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. Yeah, thank you. And thank you for joining me this morning as well. Although I'm very tired after working all day, as I'm sure you are. Okay, I want to clarify this sword of destiny, right? And it's the power of air. Now, remember, you have an air sign here who may be kind of witchy, okay? A lot of spiritual cards here. There's 4 spiritual cards here. Oh, thank you, Amira. I appreciate you. Okay, so we're going to clarify the meaning of the Ace of Swords. Now, clarifiers, keep in mind, because it came up in a reading, with a certain client, that clarifiers, because each card can mean a bunch of different things, clarifiers pairs it down. Okay, what does this card mean in this situation with these surrounding cards? It refines the meaning of the primary pull. Okay, it doesn't cancel it out, in other words. Please clarify the meaning of the Ace of Swords in the upright for Capricorns in regards to this question in 2025. Please clarify the meaning of the Ace of Swords in the upright for Capricorns in regards to this question in 2025. What does this Ace of Swords in the upright mean for Capricorns in regards to this question in 2025? I don't know. I feel like that if you have like a day job, outside of the manifesting, you might be annoyed during this period. Oh, look at this. Meant to be. And it may involve, there's joy and happiness in this new beginning that you're having or creating for yourself. It is destined. It may involve a commitment or marriage to someone or a family, your family, right? Beware of any drama queens, specifically water sign females. So you have 11 cups here. So 11s are tied to the Justice card, right? So this very well could, this experience of trying to manifest may be heightened by a marriage partner. And then 2 queens as a tarot cluster mean gossip. People are going to be talking about what you're doing, and it's positive. Now, what is this Page of Wands? Is this an invitation? Is this good news? Right? Let's clarify. Are you a Capricorn? Oh, good. Please let me know if this resonates. What is this Page of Wands in the upright mean for Capricorn in regards to this question in 2025? What does this Page of Wands in the upright mean for Capricorns in regards to this question in 2025? Five Wands in reverse, which is Saturn and Leo energy. So spiritual messages will be important and not earthbound human being messages. So you will get your inspiration, you will get your blessings, you will get your guidance from faith-based, or just, you know, otherworldly entities, positive ones, right? And no more competition. It's almost like your path is being cleared for you, possibly by God. Are you gonna be a good boy? Baby, good boy, baby. I feel like a path is being cleared for you. It's almost like a divine timing thing, especially if we get Chariot or the Judgment card. No. No. You be good boy. Be good boy. Okay? Little baby, I love you. Don't make me crazy. Okay. The Fool card. That's self-explanatory. I want to know, you have all the resources you need. And there should be no fear. So let's clarify that. And then, you know, we'll pull the outcome cards and move on to Aquarius. Monkey! The baby! Stop it. God. Honestly, it's like having a kid. Nothing wrong with kids. It's just like I've done that and I don't want to do it again. Okay. I was good at it, but it's over and I'm glad. What's this Nine of Pentacles in the upright mean? For Capricorns, in regards to this question, in 2025. Six of Cups. Whatever manifestation or dream you have that you're trying to make happen has its basis in childhood, whether you realize it or not. So it might be helpful to meditate or try to reverse engineer maybe when it started, because it might give you clues, because this is based on your experience, of where you need to, what steps you need to take next. Do you have 2 pages? You have 2 pages as a tarot cluster, which means trouble between friends. There's not everybody's going to be happy about what you want to do, but who cares? It's your life. Ultimately, we do die alone, so what are you going to do, right? You only have one life to live. But here, with the Page of Swords, if it's a person, it's someone your age or younger, or it's a child, okay? But it's you might get new information, or this is indicating a restart in an old dream, okay? And it's one made of fantasy. I mean, truly, you've dreamt about this, okay? And it's like a low-key obsession, which whether you realize it or not, it's the Sword of Destiny, right? Okay. So let's get ultimate outcomes, and then we'll read for Aquarius, okay? Thank you for being here, you guys. Exactly. Thank you, Amira. What's the ultimate outcome for Capricorns if they take on the recommendations of this reading in 2025? What's the ultimate outcome for Capricorns in regards to whether they take on the recommendations of this reading in 2025? I thought of the color yellow, which is deception to me. It's a little unusual to get it on that type of message in a shuffle. Okay. What I'm getting now is that you have to be honest with yourself about what is possible and what is not immediately. And you're going to get clues from, you know, regressing into childhood, moving backwards and remembering what led up to this dream that you want to do. Here you have the Four of Cups. Don't fear being alone. Because again, it's your dream, it's your life. You don't need to make any other person happy. Because you are on the cusp of changing your life for the good and either paying a karmic reward or teaching a karmic lesson, which will make you evolve, which will lead you to stability. And again, possibly marriage. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, let's get final messages from the Modern Life Oracle. Thank you for being here, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel. That would be amazing if you could help us out. What's the final messages for Capricorns in regards to this reading for 2025? What's the final messages for Capricorns in regards to this reading in 2025? What is the monkey? I love you. What is the final messages for Capricorns in regards to this reading for 2025 and what they want to accomplish? Wow. No? You are being so naughty. 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 You'd be good. I'm almost done, baby. I promise. He's not used to me working at night like this. He's just like immediately cuddling with me. And I love you. You're such a good boy. But you're naughty. Roommate diplomat. So because it's in the reverse, see how the cookie is cut in half evenly? Because roommates share everything equally, half and half. You don't necessarily need to share your success with someone close. That's what I'm getting. And then I see impulse buyer in reverse. You need to possibly change your money management habits is the final message. Because look, it causes chaos otherwise. And how much stuff do you really need, you know? Okay. Now we're moving on to Aquarius. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Elmiro. I love giving hope. But I don't like giving false hope, okay? Here at Ministry of Tarot, and in your personal readings, I don't gloss. Right, wrong, good or bad, I'm going to give you the messages that I get and pass them on to you. Because they're not for me, they're for you. Right? And, you know, I don't, you know, there's so many There's so many readers out there that use a formula. Like, oh, he's thinking about you and he's going to reach out to you. Or he would if he wasn't married. Or, you know, he hasn't quite let go of a person. I mean, I see that over and over and over again. And it creates false hope. You're not going to get any false hope here. Okay? Because I'm good, bad, right, or wrong. I'm going to tell you how it is. Okay? Good news, bad news, I don't care. The message isn't for me. It's for the group of Capricorns. Okay? And any reader who tells you, oh, this is a very specific question for someone out there, is someone who's not confident in their readings. Okay? But nothing beats a person reading, just so you know. If you're living your life and making decisions on general readings for the group, I would refrain from doing that or add a personal reading, whether you get it from me or someone else. Nothing beats a personal reading, okay? Just for you. Okay. With that said, we're moving on to Aquarius. Tarot is secret information, the underlying energies, and is to be used in conjunction with other tools for decision making. Okay? The information that you hear, the research that you do, and tarot is just another layer of the onion, okay, to take in consideration. Okay. Aquarius. Monkey. Monkey, no. No. I love you. I love you. I love you. Stop it. Honestly. No. No. Itty peepee. You're so brave. No. You better run. Okay. Aquarius. What experiences, tools, and strategies should Aquarians utilize or remember in order to harness the energies of the Lion's Gate to reach their manifestation goals of 2025? What experiences, tools, strategies should Aquariuses utilize and remember to harness the full strength of the Lion's Gate power to manifest their dreams in 2025? What are the experiences, tools, strategies Aquarius should utilize and remember in order to harness the energy of Lion's Gate in order to reach their manifestation goals of 2025? Good boy. The first card you have is the Strength card, and I'll show them to you in a minute. I'm just going to rattle them off first. The Chariot card in reverse. The Page of Cups in reverse. Stalker. The Sun card in reverse. And the Prince of Swords in reverse, which is the Knight of Swords. Aquarius, you need to get rid of any negativity in your life, okay? Negative thinking primarily. I don't know if a Leo, Cancer, a lot of Leo energy is involved. A water sign, an air sign. At any rate, you do have 3 majors here out of 5. The plus side is that you have the physical strength and stamina to do what you need to do. You need to maintain that. Okay, maintain your health is very important. This Chariot card, now in the Rider-Waite, the upright Chariot is a halt. In reverse, it moves forward. And you'll notice in the Rider-Waite that the general in the chariot has no reins. It has no way to control the chariot. Okay? Here in this card, it's more modern. It's a Cancerian moon. Okay? And here you see someone who's gotten to their destination in the upright, and someone is welcoming them. It's almost like a visit or a staycay, right? Thank you, Amira. You're so sweet. You have it in reverse, so this is you haven't quite reached your destination vibe that I'm getting from this, okay? But you're very close. Now, with the Page of Cups in reverse, I'm not loving it. It is my stalker card. But in the upright, you can see, yeah, it's still a stalker card. See the green-eyed monster, right? Holding a weirdo torch and watching two people sleep. Ugh, gross. Okay. You have an immature water sign watching you, possibly obsessed. At least low-key. When I say obsessed and when I say stalker, this is like one step above social stalker. So this person knows you, you know them, and they drive past your house, or they, in addition to the social media stalking, okay? I don't know, this person wants to hitch their wagon to you in some way, not to reap of your success. It feels romantic, like a romantic obsession to me. Aquarius, okay, I'm just saying. The Sun card is a happy card even in reverse. It's tied to Leo energy. And you can see it's kind of a strange card. Well, I mean, it's a strange deck, okay? But I was pulled to it. You see like a kingly, godly, like man riding the back of a lion. But it's being mirrored in the universe by a knight riding a horse in the background. Again, there's like almost stalker energy, right? How weird is that? People are watching you, or at least one person is. Now you also got the Page of Swords in reverse. Or sorry, the Knight of Swords in reverse. And the title of this card is A Land of Misrule. I'm going to show it to you in the upright because it's storyteller, clown, thinker. It has like a fool, jester type energy too. So you got it in reverse. I'm going to show it to you in the upright. It's kind of weird that there's a coffin floating up. This person is juggling a coffin, a skull, and a sword. The Lord of Misrule. Now, the Knight of Swords in the upright is someone who's logical, who's able to make promises and keep promises, who's able to offer helpful advice, you know. So this may be a lawyer rather than an attorney. Okay, someone who with some training and some knowledge may be able to give you information. Here's someone's keeping the information. You have 3 stalker cards. You have the Page of Cups in reverse. Yikes. You have the Page of Swords in reverse. This is also the Liar's card, right? Jugglers tend to confuse, right? Because magicians tend to be the jugglers, right? They're used to sleight of hand. And then you have, you know, this person being followed. It's kind of weird. I don't like it. And what does this mean for your manifestation and utilizing or strengthening the Lionsgate energies so you can reach your goals? I'm not really sure of the stalker component of it. And here on this channel, if I don't know something, I'm going to tell you I don't know. Okay, like I'm doing now. I don't understand the stalker component to this. Because stalkers tend to do things in secret, and it only affects you if they become dangerous. This person's not dangerous to me. But they're weird, okay? It's weird stalking. And I don't know what the goal is. It feels romantic, but I'm not 100% sure. But you're being taken care of by someone else, possibly a Leo or a Cancer. I love you, baby. Where are you? I love you. I'm almost done, okay? I love my little monkey, my baby. Thank you for calming down. Yeah, I don't understand this, so I'm not going to guess. Maybe you know. But I'm going to clarify these 3 cards together because I do want to know. I just can't figure it out right now. Okay. Please clarify the Sun card, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Page of Cups in reverse for Aquarius. And this reading. Please clarify the Sun card in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Page of Cups in reverse. Hi, monkey, baby, I love you. Please clarify the meaning or purpose of the 3 cards for Aquarius. So I pulled the King of Swords. So this is definitely a person, most likely an air Leo combination. Hi, monkey. It's a baby. They could be a lawyer, an accountant, someone who works in numbers. Yeah, definitely. You have the Strength card again. They want to take care of you. Either male or female, they want to take care of you. You are their wish. Yeah, this person is obsessed with you. And it feels romantic. You're either with somebody else or they're with somebody else, but they want you. But how does this reach your goal? I don't understand that. Tell me what you think, guys. Because I'm not really understanding. Because the question you asked the cards is very important, and I was really specific with my question. What experiences, tools, strategies you need to... I don't know if this is telling you to, like, grabbing a role model and stalking them. Like, I don't, that doesn't even make any sense. So, I don't know if this is telling me that not to be distracted by hangers-on, maybe. I mean, that's the logical one, right? It's a baby. I love you. I'm almost done. You need to be quiet. It's a baby. I love you. Yeah, this is very confusing. So, I'm going to clarify the Chariot card in reverse. Just kind of move on from that. Tell me if it makes sense to you. Again, here at Ministry Tarot, I'm not going to give you false information. Okay? What's this Chariot card in reverse mean for Aquarius in regards to this question? What's this Chariot card in reverse mean for Aquarius in regards to this question? And their manifestations in 2025. What's this Chariot card in reverse mean for Aquarius in regards to this question? Okay. I just thought in shuffling for the Chariot card in reverse, I just thought of making hot chocolate. I don't know if you need to be comforted in some way by a short trip or a Cancer sign person. We're clarifying the Chariot card in reverse. You're not quite at your destination, right? And you have the Page of Wands in reverse. Now, 2 pages as a tarot cluster mean trouble between friends. So you know this stalker person. Okay? I don't know if they're jealous of you and that's why they're stalking. I don't know. It's weird. So in regards to a trip or a destination, there may be some news that you're expecting to be better, but you don't get it. But you need to just keep going in regardless of that, because ultimately your faith will be restored in someone or a situation. It seems to be, Aquarius, that your environment and your people, the people around you and how you manage these is important to utilizing the energies. So there is a saying that people can either be a wind in your sails or an anchor in your tails. What you want is someone to be the wind in your sails, right? For sure. Reals. Okay? So you are who you hang out with. Let's do an ultimate outcome. You may have to they're not dangerous, but you still might need to restrain this person legally in some way or officially in some way. Like, for instance, if it's at work, we are about to start Pisces, babe, but we do have a part 1 for the first 6 signs, and you can DVR right now to go back to the beginning of Libra. Okay? Thank you for joining us, F, by the way. Felina. Monkey. No. The baby, no. I love you. I'm almost done, baby. So it's better to DVR during the live reading, because after a live reading ends, sometimes, monkey, it can take up to 48 hours for YouTube to reprocess the video. Okay? What's the ultimate outcome? I love you, but you have to be quiet, okay? I'm almost done, baby. I love you. Good boy. You're my baby. Are you my baby? My baby. I love you. Yeah. You're such a good boy. Thank you for sitting there so nicely. Sorry, guys. What is the ultimate outcome for Aquarius if they follow the recommendations of this reading for Lionsgate and its manifestation of 2025? Kindly add a banner on the screen. Yeah, I can't do that with my software that I have. So I'm telling you, we're on Aquarius and we're about to do Pisces. So I'm so sorry. What's the ultimate outcome? What's the ultimate outcome for Aquarius? And their manifestation goal in this reading for 2025. Sorry, I just spend so much time, my personal time, beginning at 5:30 this morning to do these readings, and you're asking me to do more? Like, I'm sorry. Here, the 3 of Cups in reverse. This is telling me not to be distracted, to do more work hard than play hard, at least for the time being, and to accept the change of cycle, okay? And change of cycles are wonderful. That means you've paid off a karmic debt, or Sorry, this is so distracting. Paid off a karmic debt or taught a karmic lesson. Okay. All right. Let's get final messages for Aquarius. What's the final messages for Aquarius in regards to this question in 2025, reaching their manifestation goals? What's the final messages for Aquarius? Sorry, that like totally killed my vibe. Okay. DIY disaster. Hire experts as needed. Don't try to learn on the fly if it's like something technical, especially. And then passive aggressive notes writer. I would stay away from people who can't confront, like stalkers, for instance. You want people who are authentic and open with you, right? And those are the people you want to hang out with. Okay. Now we're going to move on to Pisces. And I thank you guys for staying with me. Altogether, I think this has been like a 6-hour reading. So, which I'm happy to do. I love helping people, you know, and I've been doing this for 35 years. So, you know, it is a passion of mine. Okay, Pisces. Now, as you guys know, I'm a double Virgo, but I'm also a double Pisces. So this message is much for me as it is for Pisces. Okay. What experiences, tools, and strategies will Pisces need to remember or utilize in order to strengthen the energies of Lionsgate to reach their manifestation goals in 2025? What is the experiences, strategies, and tools Pisces need to utilize and remember? Hi, baby, I love you. You're my little monkey. In order to strengthen the Lionsgate energies to reach their manifestation goals in 2025. I'm almost done, baby. I love you. Yeah, you're tired, aren't you? You're my little baby tired. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read off the cards first before showing to you. It's the Fool card in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles in the upright. The Ace of Cups in the upright. Yes, please. The Five of Pentacles in the upright. And the Four of Cups in the upright. The Four of Cups have come up a lot in the readings today for many of the signs. So I'm going to show you the cards, Pisces. The Fool card in the upright, here it is in the upright. You got it in reverse. See how he's kind of like not looking where he's walking galactically? Okay, kind of strange. But the Fool cards are the beginnings of a new cycle. So you just change cycle according to the cards. Or you're in the process of doing that right now. But you will, monkey, so you will need to change cycles in order to harness the powers of this Lionsgate to make your manifestations just You know, accept the karmic lesson or accept that you need to teach it and move on. You have everything you need. The month of December may be important in this endeavor. Okay. So it may take up to December to manifest, but let there not be a fear of abundance. Okay. And what I mean by that is that, you know, for instance, you know, most of my life I was an activist, you know, not as a profession, but I was an active, like I would work and then I would activate on weekends. Okay. So, but, you know, it's always like fighting the power and, you know, all that. And, you know, I felt money was so corrupt. And I'm so sorry I thought that way for so long because it kept me from being abundant. You need to get out of the mindset that if it is a problem for you, that money is bad. Yes, money can corrupt, but really is the person who is corrupted that makes it a vehicle for corruption. Monkey, no, itty bitty, no. Itty bitty. Okay? So don't fear abundance. Abundance is good no matter what form. Money is just a physical tool or not tool, but it's just a money exchange. Or like a exchange of energy, right? You do something, you get money. Okay? You change cycle, you inherit money. You know, that kind of thing. But look at this big, bold, beautiful... you have a lot of abundance around you. You do. But there's an element of fear of abundance that I'm seeing. Monkey. Wow. Wow. And there's also a kind of like a poverty mindset according to the cards. If not, don't worry about it. You're ahead of the game, okay? But these energies are surrounding you according to this card. So you have to keep, if you're not, monkey. Oh my God. So, see how distracting that is? I'm like out of my vibe now. So if you are in that mindset or you're not in that mindset, you need to keep it at bay, like away from you. It's in your, kind of like in your background, right? You must not fear rejection. You must move past boredom or stagnation and accept. Look at this big Ace of Cups. Be open to love, be open to emotions, be open to abundance. So what the cards are indicating to me is that you might be closed off somehow. Whether it's a pattern or just circumstances. Monkey! Or circumstances that are in this mindset. However, if your dream is to start a charity, then these kind of mindsets may serve you. Getting into the mind of, you know, putting yourself in someone else's shoes so you can be more empathetic, for instance. Providing shelter to those in need when they're out in the cold. Right? Being forgiving, especially of self, right? Being grounded and emotionally stable, etc., right? Okay, let's clarify. Okay, but you are starting something new. You just recently started a new cycle. Okay? There's a danger of stagnation, and you need to open yourself up to fully experiencing life and emotions. And I think the more open you are, and the more charitable you are, and the more accepting of abundance in whatever form it may come, will harness the energies of Lionsgate for you. Please clarify the Ace of Cups and the upright for Pisces in regards to this question. So they can reach their manifestation goals in 2025. What's this Ace of Cups and the upright mean? You have to be open to receiving. Okay? Like I was just talking about this the other day with my best friend, who admitted, because Virgos, this is one of the challenges they have to overcome, is because they're always giving, is being open to receiving gifts, right? Because, you know, it makes us feel good to give to other people, but it makes us feel bad, normally, if you haven't moved past it, to receive gifts, because we feel like we have to reciprocate, that kind of thing. She goes, yeah, I have to be better at receiving. I go, yeah, you do. Thank you for recognizing. So she recognizes it. Look how it looks like you need to be open, more open to receiving. Trusting that whoever you're receiving from have good intentions. And so it may be that part of the recommendations for harnessing the power of Lionsgate is to be more open to receiving from those. And until they actually do something untrustworthy, trusting them until that happens, rather than right off the bat not trusting someone, right? Especially if it's a new relationship or friendship or whatever. Now, we're clarifying the Ace of Cups, okay? So, you can still protect yourself from betrayal and endings by forgiving, holding a spirit of gratitude and forgiveness is what I'm getting. See how the swords aren't touching her, right? That's important. And then you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Being willing to spend money on what you love to make what you love happen. I love you, baby. You're such a good boy. Thank you for sitting there so nicely. I want to clear this Five of Pentacles because, I mean, it's a little attenuated in this deck, but still, it does indicate some kind of financial troubles. Okay, so it's one of the challenges you're going to have to overcome in order to harness the power of, you know, you're going to have money troubles if you keep rejecting abundance. Okay? What's this Five of Pentacles in the upright? Now, abundance is not always money. Okay? Abundance could be emotional abundance that you feel when you're in love, or the health abundance when you can eat what you want without feeling sick, that kind of stuff, right? What's this Five of Pentacles in the upright mean? I love you, baby. I'm almost done. Mean for Pisces in regards to this question in 2025. There we go. Tinglies. Honey, I'm almost done. God, just like everybody just wants something from me today. It's not you guys. I'm just saying in general. Yes, I know. Please stop. I'm almost done. Five of Pentacles in the upright, clarified by the Emperor. Sorry guys, I'm not really short, usually short with my cat. It's just I've had a really bad day, and other than the readings, I love the reading portions of it. Just I didn't have a great day. Okay, so I'd like people, you know, indicating that maybe they're just not totally happy with me, that kind of thing. And when you give your all, it's really disappointing, and it makes you want to like leave. And they don't realize that you're okay with leaving and going, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not good enough. Well, you know, I'm just going to go somewhere else where I am. So it really, so when the cat is telling me he wants attention because I'm not giving enough attention, it's just, you know, I just need to learn more patience because he's just a baby and it's just making me crazy. Anyway, I didn't have a great day, so I'm sorry about that. But you guys made it better. You know, just doing this is a release for me, so I apologize. I have a hot head sometimes. Emperor card in the upright. You may be beholden to... I mean, you have a benevolent father figure that's willing to help you. Okay? So don't be afraid to ask. Sometimes you have to ask for abundance, right? And then you have the Six of Swords in reverse. Not quite at your destination, but you're still close. You just start a new cycle. Okay? Just accept abundance. Don't fear rejection or boredom. Just make things happen if you're bored. Okay? All right. I'm going to get your final messages. What are the final messages for Pisces in regards to the question and Lionsgate and their manifestations for 2025? Thank you for making my day better, you guys. I appreciate you. Please subscribe to the channel so I don't have to work anymore. Please give me any final messages for Pisces in regards to their Lionsgate message. DIY disaster. If you're not a master at something, don't be afraid to ask for more knowledge or help, or hire somebody who has this knowledge to make your thing happen. In other words, if you're not an accountant and you need to do accounting in order to file a really important paper, hire an accountant. Okay? Don't try to save... And then, baby, I'm almost done, baby. I love you. I love you. I'm going to cuddle with you in a second. Trend chaser. Do your own thing. You be you. Don't do what the Joneses are doing, okay? Be your own person. You are unique. Okay? Well, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for making a bad day into a better day. Okay? I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Kitty, kitty, this baby kitty, I love you. I love you. Come, come. Come, come. Come, come. Yeah, the baby. Hey, my monkey, the baby.